I was terrified. And to have it happen to my child, my very first child at that, I was just embarrassed, ashamed. Brittany was shaken by her biological father. It is a life-changing event. And I thank God that Brittany is a survivor. We've been able to care for her, and just give her the best life that we've been able to give her.
One of the reasons why I wanted to start this agency was so that no one had to do this alone. Because it was so important to me whenever my daughter was first shaken that I found someone else who had been through the same experience, and that was life-changing. And so what I hope to do for everyone else is offer them hope. Can you believe, when we met each other 30 years ago?
30 years ago.
I still remember so well the first day we met. Because
I'm not proud of that day.
Oh, you know what? You did fine. Because honestly, Trina, can you imagine the pain you were in that day? I remember. And I knew where I had been.
Right.
And that was my goal, was to help you get from that point to someplace better, And we have our good days and we have our bad days, but hopefully at the end we're in a better place.
We're in a much better place.
Yeah.
I was not the friendliest person to
That's
you.
okay. But look at us now.
I know. I love you to death.
I know.
I love you to death.
Look at all this love.
Yeah. So 30 years later.
Hi. Do you have a moment to staff a case? Okay. It's a little one. Well, we know that shaken baby syndrome or abusive head trauma is a crime of isolation. Someone doesn't lose control in front of other people. We know that the number one perpetrator of shaken baby syndrome is the father, followed by the mom's boyfriend. So when we look at that situation, it's usually the guy in the mom's life. But I think it is a bigger sign of our society in that we kind of do leave people alone to figure out how to be a parent. As a little girl, I played with dolls, I played with Barbies, and I learned how to hold a baby. I learned how to care for a baby. But I don't think that we give that same opportunity to our men. My husband, before we became parents, he didn't have any experience with children at all. And I think that, that's where, as a society, we can do better, and we can provide education and just prepare people better.
Education is the key. You don't know what you don't know. And I think a bigger portion of that is ending unhealthy cycles or healing generational trauma. I think a lot of it is that, and ending normalizing violence towards anybody, right? Through education, giving them those tools, the information to where they can take that and promote change within themselves, within their family structures, within the community.
We've been a nonprofit agency for 26 years, and it is very difficult to find funding for child abuse prevention because it's just such a scary thing to think about. For Toyota to step out and take that head on with their Way Forward Fund is just incredible.
Knowing how many more people we're going to be able to impact in a positive way, it's a beautiful feeling. It's really beautiful.
And I know I've shared this with you. I think I have anyway. But when Tiffany was in the hospital, I went to the chapel and I was praying. Mm-hmm. And I was, because they were saying she was going to pass that night. Right. And I just wasn't ready to say goodbye to her yet. And I remember I went in there and I prayed, and all of a sudden this peace came over me. And I just thought, she's going to be okay. Everything that I do in honor of my daughter, Tiffany, when she was injured, I went to her and I made a promise to her that if she would fight and breathe, I would make something good come out of something so awful. And that's what the Shaken Baby Alliance is. It's my promise to her. And I've been so fortunate to meet truly the best people in the world. We get to change people's lives, and it's just such an awesome experience now.
Our affiliation has grown into more of a family. And so I'll forever be grateful to the Alliance.